Okay, so we're going to do a different video to what we normally do, because I'm going to actually do one that's I've been promising for a while, and that's a review on the Lupo. I know I've said I'm going to do a Lupo review, one on the CC, one on the Golf, and then try and get some other people's cars done as well. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to start off on this because sadly this car won't be with us for much longer, as we know, because the Golf, the only reason that's still with us at the minute is because the Golf's in for repair. But yeah, the Lupo itself, it was designed by Volkswagen as a city car for the masses, basically to help people get around the city or town, whatever. It was in production from 1998 to 2005. It had a twin car, which was the Seat Rosa. They were pretty much the same on the inside and the outside, but they had a completely different front end. I've always thought that the Lupo was the better looking car of the two, but still, for a city car, they're both good looking cars. The Lupo was designed off the Polo Mark III, I think. Yeah, the design of it, front and back and the sides, it's just basically a Polo Mark III shrunk down. Let me see. It came as a 3-door. I'm having to read here, by the way, because you can't remember all the stuff, especially when it's my first review video. Anyway, it came as a 3-door, front-wheel drive, and I won't go too much into engine sizes because I'll do that later on in the video. But yeah, you got the 1 litre, 1.4, 1.6 petrols, diesel 1.2, 1.4, and 1.7. Two of the diesels, which was the 1.2 and the 1.4, were turbocharged. One of them, I'm not sure which one it was, had a 4-speed automatic. The rest of them came as a 5 and 6-speed manual. Wheelbase, this is all the boring stuff, obviously. 91.3 inches. Height of the vehicle 1,475 millimeters, 75.5 inches. Curb weight is 975 kilograms, which is pretty light. I know it's only a city car, but yeah. Don't have to go through some of this information here on the engine sizes and the engine powers and things like that. 1.4 petrol, 59 horsepower, which is quite weird considering the 1 litre petrol was only 10 horsepower less at 49 brake horsepower. The 1.4 16 valve had 75 brake horsepower, and then you had a 16 valve 1.4 sport which had 100 horsepower. FSI 1.4 16 valve, 104 horsepower. The GTI had 123 horsepower on a 16 valve 1.6, and then you got the diesel engines, which is 1.2 TDI, 60 brake horsepower, 1.4 TDI, 74 brake horsepower. Now this was what doesn't make any sense. The 1.4 and the 1.2 TDIs have got more brake horsepower than the 1.7, which is only got 59. They did a special version of the Lupo called the 3L, which was the world's first car to do 79 miles to the gallon back in 2005. I didn't know none of these things. There was also a version of the Lupo, I don't know which one it was, that it was one of the very first cars to have the stop-start technology on it. You pull up to the light, the engine switches itself off, tap the accelerator, engine switches back on, and off you go. I didn't know that. But yeah, as I said, this video is going to be a complete mess because I've not really done what I should have done and memorised all these facts. I'm literally just reading, and it probably won't go down very well. But I'm not no professional, so you got to start off somewhere, I suppose. Now, I'm not going to bore you with too much facts, but I don't know if you can see that. It might come out a bit blurry. Well, that's the GTI, which is slightly better looking than the normal Lupo, but even still. Yeah, there's not really much I can say to you. I'm probably going to stop boring you in this part of the video and just get on with the actual video, because I've been gabbing too much already, let's face it. But yeah, let's see how we go. So, as promised about maybe 12 months ago, I'm just going to do a quick review on the Lupo. It's my very, very first ever car review, so you'll have to excuse me. It'll probably be a crap one. First of all, the basics. When the car was out, it was Volkswagen's smallest car, as it's the grandfather of the Lupo, sorry, of the Up. After they stopped making this, I think it was in 2005, 2006, they started making the Fox, which was roughly the same size but a bit taller and more rounded. It was, I don't know, like a cramped up version of a Golf Plus, I'm guessing. But they stopped making that, and before they actually released the Up, they designed the Up, and they was actually going to release it as the new Lupo. I'll put pictures up on the video if I remember. Now, right, I'm going to get in the car because you've seen the outside and it's bloody windy out here. Just give me a sec. One more thing I've got to show you actually. Might as well talk about the engine. So the car has just been fully valeted, so it's all nice and shiny. But the Lupo comes as, I think it's 3 different petrol engines and 3 diesel engines. So you've got this one, which is the 1 litre. Then you've got the 1.4 petrol, the 1.6 petrol. Then diesels go up to a 1.2 turbo, 1.4 turbo, and then a 1.7, which I don't think has a turbo. They have 5 and 6 speed manuals and then a 4-speed automatic. Don't know which engines go with which gearboxes. This one, the 1 litre petrol, comes as a 49 brake horsepower engine. Not the biggest oomph, but it does feel like a go-kart when you're driving it. So to me, a smaller engine with grunty noise coming from it does feel, it's like a go-kart, and it is quite fun to drive. Other people prefer bigger power and turn their nose up at it, but that's down to them. But yeah, boot space. Come round here. Boot space doesn't look great, but it's like 86 litres of capacity. Once you've put the seats down, took this out, you've got it up to roughly 350 or 360 litres, which isn't too bad for a little city car. Yeah, I'll talk you through the interior as quick as I can, and then we'll go on a short road trip. First of all, these door bins, they're not as small as they look, they're actually pretty big. We've got 2 seats in the back, door bins either side, and grab handles. And that's pretty much it, other than seat belts for the back. Just give me a sec and I'll get someone to come and give me a hand. Right. So there's not much really I can show you. As I said, it's just a little city car. It's got not much on it. 5-speed, as I said before. Normal handbrake, none of the electric stuff that you get these days. Ignore these switches for the electronic windows. We never ever got a chance to wire them up, so they're still on the keep fit ones. We was going to change this to leather seats, but we thought so that we'll just put leather seat covers on rather than that. So yeah, it looks nicer anyway. We also changed these from cloth to leather, done that ourselves. This trim here, all here and there, used to be black, and we changed that ourselves to brushed aluminium. This used to be the old style Volkswagen radio, and we changed that for a double din, Bluetooth and all that. But even still, the old Volkswagen radio was pretty decent. 2 cup holders. This one used to be a bin to put money or whatever in, but I changed it to cup holders just because, you know, it's better. Got a little bin down here, which technically is an ashtray, but no one smokes anymore really. Most people are vaping these days. Now this door bin here, sorry, this bin, instead of having a glove box, you'd have a huge bin, goes here, runs underneath, and then on this side as well, so it's huge. You've got little pockets here, which they're not great because anything small just falls out, but anything big, pretty decent. Now this temperature gauge I fitted myself, but the clocks are pretty nice. Yeah. That 140 is pretty optimistic. I think, shouldn't really admit it, but the most we've ever added up to is just on a ton. Autobahn. But yeah, coming down here, you've got your 4-speed, hot, cold, medium, windows, feet and face, and then just face. That's obviously for the rear window. All nice and tidy down there. That light there, there's 4 of them. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Again, never got a chance to wire them up. Fuse boxes here, behind this. Your light switch. This used to be just a normal light switch. Again, I converted it to automatic because it was just better. I think it only cost me £5 for the switch on the sensor. Yeah, I just put it in, wired it up, put the sensor through here up to the back, and then there's the sensor there. So it's now been converted to automatic headlights, and it's got automatic parking lights and automatic side lights as well. I know they're the same thing, but when you turn the engine off, the parking lights come on and for about 10 or 15 seconds, and if you go out when it's only just getting dark, the sensor will turn just your side lights on until it gets a bit more dark, and then turn the headlights on as it would in a more expensive car. So that's pretty cool. Probably one of the best things I've done to the car, to be honest. Now, one of the things I absolutely love on this age Volkswagen is this. You've got your big sun visors, and then Volkswagen put a little sun visor here, and I think that's bloody cool. And you got Baby Yoda up here as well. I think that's everything I can tell you. Oh yeah, this little thing here that used to be silver and we changed it to blue to match the car. These didn't used to be silver either. I done that with a pink pen. Although that one's coming off, I might do that one again. I'll let you listen to the engine. Not that it's much to listen to. It's a little grunty, 1 litre, and for a 1 litre it does actually sound pretty alright. I think the belt's slipping a bit because it's wet. There's a little 1 litre, fuel lights on. So yeah, that's about it. Do a little video of the road trip and then that's all I can do. Stay tuned. Can't go far because it's running a bit low on fuel. Just going to take it on just a little trip. One thing I will say about the car is, considering it's a little city car, it takes the speed bumps really well. It doesn't crash into them or it just sort of floats over the top. This precise version of the car, it's a bit wobbly at the minute because the front shockers need doing, but even still it's not so bad. Couldn't really compare it to a Fox or an Up properly because I've never really driven them. But wrong gear, sorry girl. Might as well pull away in 3rd gear. Now, yeah, I can't really compare it. But yeah, you probably have to go to a different video. Get on the side. The brakes are pretty decent for its age. That little 1 litre engine has got quite a lot of punch for it, considering it's only 49 brake horsepower. That's just the noise that you get off it as well though. We've driven a 0.8 litre Mercedes and it had a very similar engine noise. If anything, that was a little bit louder. Yeah, okay, don't say thank you. But yeah, overall, there's not really much that you can say about it because it is only a little city car, but it is a brilliant little car, and when it goes we will be sad to see it go. Just gonna go round here and then head home again, so I'll just let you watch whatever happens in the rest of the video. Overall though, I will say these little Lupos, I know they're getting on a bit now, but I 100% recommend getting one, whether it's for the first car or a cheap runner. They are absolutely brilliant little cars. But I'm going to leave you there on that one to watch whatever's left of the video. Please carry on watching the videos and we'll see you in the next one. The next one is actually a big one. We've already got a plan, we just need to video it.